Hey y'all, welcome back. This is just a quick video showing you how I set out my my papers to dry when I have to do it in the house. So I'm gonna put this aside. This has been sitting in here since shortly after 2 and it's almost 9 p.m. So about 7 hours. So these are the placemats that I'm going to put over top of them in order to get that design on them. But this is how we start out. So I also sew, and this is my cutting mat for sewing. But it's the only place I have in the house to dry my papers on. And keep them in a fairly secluded spot so my cat will stop getting on, laying on my papers, because when she lays on them, they end up with crinkles in them. And I don't know how well you're going to be able to see all of this. I don't even know if I can pick that up a little bit higher. Let me see if what I can do there. Okay, let's see if that is gonna help with the view. Okay, so put them as close together as possible. And then just put a placemat on top of it. I don't know if you can see this. Where am I at here? No, I need to go this way. Can you see it this way? Yeah, okay. So in order to pick it up without tearing it, that's why you need these tiny little pointy tweezers. And you get it under the corner and then you just pull it up very gently. Let as much solution drip off as possible, and then lay it down. And in order for me to get the best angle, I have to keep turning the pan for each page. Otherwise, I'm going to end up tearing a page. Not that that's really a big deal, because that just gives it that more of a vintage look. Okay, we need to make sure they're flat though. Okay, so I can get 8 pages on one layer, and I grabbed 3 towels, and so I hope that 3 towels is enough to put all this out, because if you were counting along with me, I started talking and I lost count. And so I think there's actually more than 20 papers in here. You definitely don't have to use placemats to get a design if you don't want to. If I did miscount and I run out of placemats, that's no problem, because I could just, they're already going to be coffee dyed, so I don't necessarily need a design on there. I just happen to like the way it looks. And I forget who I was watching the other day. I think it was Dear Julie, and whatever it was she was doing that day, she was putting something together, and she had gotten, she had bought some papers from one of her viewers, and it had a really cool square design on it, and I want to know where that placemat came from, or the design itself. Did it come from a placemat? And you know what? Actually, I don't have to put, I just realized that, because I'm doing it different. I don't have to put towels in between here, because actually, I forgot about this. I just started drying this over here. I was using, when I have to dry inside, I was using my dining room table. But my cat likes to lay on the papers when they're drying. And because the placemats are, you know, they have holes in them because of the design, they ended up getting crinkled. And as I've said before, I'm kind of a lazy crafter, and I don't like to iron my pages because who wants to take the time to iron their pages? I know I don't. But that's just me. If they come out a little too crinkly, I will put them under a heavy book and leave them there until I remember that I left them there. That's pretty much how that works. And I will just continue to layer these until I'm all done. So this is kind of the boring, tedious part. But when they're all dry, I'll be able to take all this off in the morning, and because they will be in layers, they won't necessarily all be 100% dry, and that's what I found out with this last batch that I did, because I didn't think to put towels in between the layers, as I'm not doing right now. And what I realized was that the paper that was on the towel took longer to dry than the papers that were just in between the mats. And so I'm not going to use the other towels. I forgot about that. And I want to say a couple videos ago, I said, and my next video will be showing you how I use that book cloth that I made in one of my most recent videos. But I'm going to end up doing that tomorrow. I'm doing this now because it's easier for paper to dry when it's not cold outside. And I'm trying to get done as much drying, as much paper dyed as I possibly can before it gets cold. And it probably won't get like super cold until January, I guess. But I prefer to dry my papers outside on my deck, only because I have a very large table out there, and if I put them as close together as possible, I can get exactly 21 pages on one table. And because it's outside, it takes, I don't know, it depends on how hot it is outside, really, but it normally takes about an hour or so, maybe 2 hours, to dry these thoroughly outside. So I'd rather do it out there, but it's been kind of ugly outside these past couple of days. And tomorrow's supposed to be beautiful, so I did not save enough coffee to be able to dye any papers tomorrow. However, I might have some onion skins. I would have to check, actually. I might have some onion skins that I can boil and check out. It depends on if the husband was paying attention or not, and he threw them out. I don't think he did, but we'll find out. I did miscount, so there's 22 here, but that's okay. Right, because I'm going to put these just on top, and I put them, the placemats themselves, I put them like facing up, like you would use it as a real placemat, because it seems to get a better impression when it's on when the paper is touching the wrong side of the placemat. But we'll see how this works, actually, because I've never had too many papers where I actually had papers sitting on top of the placemat with nothing on them. And like I said in my first video, I could put this on here. Actually, I will, just so you can see those corners. And it's exactly perfect on those corners and both edges. I am on the lookout for other placemats that are vinyl or plastic, PVC, whatever they're made out of, that are like this instead of this here, because this is like that shelf liner that you can cut to size to put in your kitchen cabinets or bathroom cabinets or whatever. So as you can see, there's not really a lot of solution left in there. And that's probably because it sat in the solution for almost 7 hours. And so I'll just wash this and put it away, and wash these also and try not to lose them. So these will sit here overnight, and the ones that are closer to the top will dry faster, but since there's plastic or vinyl laying on top of it, they won't be 100% dry. And so what I do with that then is I just take the layers apart, and I just take each paper and I lay it somewhere where it's going to be flat, and then it will be dry within like 15 or 20 minutes, completely dry, because if you put the papers together when they're still even slightly damp, they'll start to mold, and we don't like that. That's bad. So I hope you like this video. Went to go see my dad this afternoon, and then I came home. That was part of my errands that I had to run. And so that's when it was soaking in there. And I don't think I had told him that I had started a YouTube channel. And so when I got home today, before I started this video here, I just checked, and I have 122 subscribers now. Super excited about that. I'm very stoked. So if y'all have been following me for any length of time, you know that I don't know how to edit. Maybe one of these days I'll learn, but not today. So we'll get to this tomorrow, but my next video that comes out after this one, I promise it will be about how I put the book cloth on top of the cover itself, and go from there. So I really need to start taking notes, because I know that I said I was going to do something else, another video, and I can't remember what it was, but I am trying to figure out how to do that pick a comment thing for a winner to get a package together for whoever wins for my 100 mark subscribers. So stay tuned for the next video of this part 2, the unveiling, if you will. And then also stay tuned for the book cloth part 2 video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please leave a comment if you have a different way of doing this that might be a little bit easier. Like I said, I don't iron, and I don't use the oven either, because since I get sidetracked really easily, you have to pay attention to the paper when it's in the oven, because we don't want to set the house on fire. So I hope you all had a great day, and it is Sunday evening, so you'll probably get this tomorrow morning or whenever you end up watching it. So I hope you have a wonderful week, and stay tuned. Bye.